Hey, what is going on? I'm LaPrentiss Demond, and in today's video, we're going to do a review on Essentia bottled water, okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and get this poured up. And if you're new to this channel, you're going to want to click that subscribe button. That way you get more tips, tricks, and tactics on how to improve your overall wellness. If you're not new, then you're probably thinking like, how did he go this long testing every other water except everybody's favorite, right? Man, I don't know how it slipped my mind, okay? But we're gonna test it out today. And we're gonna be testing it against this electrolyzed reduced water, okay? Just for a little comparison. All right, so the first thing that we are testing this for is antioxidants. Now this is the most important test, and the reason why is because there are things all around us that create oxidation and inflammation in our cells. And those two things are linked to every single health disease known to man. And so oxidation leads to rust, aging, and dis-ease in the body, okay? So we want to consume antioxidants. These are your fruits, your vegetables, your vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. They give our cells that are struggling extra electrons, which is gonna lower that oxidation, reduce that inflammation, and keep us looking young and youthful, all right? So we're gonna use an ORP meter to test this. If we see a positive number, that means this is oxidizing us and creating more rust and aging in the body. However, if we see a negative number, that means it's a strong antioxidant. So with that being said, let's see how Essentia Water does. You see, he even started changing because of my breath, okay? So let's see what we get here. All right, so it's coming down. It is a positive number though, check that out. We are getting about a 163, okay? And it looks like it may be slowly going down, but yeah, it's around a 160, okay? So this is oxidizing us. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and check out the electrolyzed reduced water and see what we get there. Oh wow, look at that. It's a negative number. So we got negative, looks like 745, okay? So this is a very strong antioxidant. To put it in perspective, orange is like a negative 50 on the ORP. And so this is essentially eating like almost 15 oranges in one sit, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's really strong antioxidant. Now that we did that test and we already see that's oxidizing, we know that this isn't really that great for us, okay? But let's go ahead and check out a few more tests with this Essentia water. Alrighty, on to our second test, which is on alkalinity, okay? We want to ensure that our blood remains slightly alkaline, okay? So about 7.365. And the reason why is because our blood is, for one, it's 80% water, okay? It's about 75-80% water. And so it is a fantastic vehicle for getting nutrients in and around the body, okay? And those nutrients that we're providing it should be alkaline. It should be your alkaline minerals, right? So your potassium, your magnesium, your sodium, all those types of minerals, we should be having our blood carry it all around to the different parts. If not, our blood's still gonna do that, but it's just gonna start taking it from us, okay? So it's gonna start taking those minerals from our skin, and this is why our skin gets crunchy and ashy, right? If we continue, it's gonna start taking it from our bones, our joints, and our ligaments. This is how we start popping when we wake up. Not popping and locking, but popping from just the bones being brittle, right? Osteoporosis can happen, and even Alzheimer's if it gets too bad. So, what we're consuming, a lot of stuff is acidic, okay? We want to balance it out with something alkaline. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use pH drops. And if we get a red, or orange, or yellow, we know that this is acidic and ultimately forcing us to grab minerals and leach minerals from our own body to keep our blood thriving, okay? If we see a blue, a purple, or a dark purple, that means it's alkaline. Green is neutral. So let's see what we get here with Essentia water. All right, real quick, before I add in these pH drops, if you're curious about this water right here, this is the one I would recommend. A lot of people ask, hey, well, why do you recommend? and this is it right here. So to learn more about it, simply check out the description section of this video. Click the link that shows the description. From there, you can click the URL and it'll take you to a free masterclass that breaks down why this water is so special, how to get it in your home, and how to save thousands of dollars while you improve your health. Check that out. You're gonna absolutely love it. All right, let's go ahead and see what we get. Alrighty. Both of these are showing up alkaline. Oh no, so how do you know which one is good, if it's actually genuinely good for us or not, okay? And the best way to know, because the whole reason why we're drinking this is to neutralize acidity, okay? To bring balance to our body, to bring balance to our blood, and neutralize acidity. So the best way to test it is to give it some acidity. If it's strong enough, it's actually gonna maintain, and it's gonna actually battle back all the acidity, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blow into these. And once again, if it changes color, that means it's not really that strong at battling acidity. All the cookies, cakes, and ice creams, the french fries, all that type of stuff, we gotta neutralize that stuff that we're consuming, right? However, if it stays the same, that means it's strong. That means it's strong, it has a fight within it, right? It's gonna help neutralize that acidity and actually keep our blood healthy, okay? So let's see what we get here with Essentia Water. Oh wow, so it turned yellow. Okay, so we see that this is really acidic once you get past the stuff that's in here, right? So let's take a look at this. This is purified water by reverse osmosis. A lot of bottled waters will say purified, but they won't tell you how they do it. So this one, they at least tell you that's reverse osmosis, which means they rip out everything, the good minerals and the not good stuff, right? And then it looks like they're adding their own stuff in here. So sodium bicarbonate, which is essentially baking soda, potassium phosphate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chlorides. And these are marked as electrolytes for taste. They aren't even there to bring any benefit, any real health benefit. They're there for taste. So the water doesn't taste disgusting when you're drinking it. Okay, so those are the things that's in this. And we'll talk about the extra thing that makes this one special during our next test, okay? But ultimately, once you get past the salts and the baking sodas that's in here, it's reverse osmosis water and it's really acidic, okay? And actually consuming too much alkaline water that's chemically altered can lead to alkalosis. Look that up. Look up what alkalosis is, and you're gonna be amazed at what we're doing when we're constantly consuming alkaline waters. With that being said, we do gotta test this one too, right? So let's see what happens with this electrolyzed reduced water. Okay. All right. Like it doesn't change, okay? It doesn't change. And the reason why is because it's not chemically altered. We aren't adding baking sodas. We're not adding salts to this water. That's not what's in here. This is done electrically, okay? It's a very different thing, okay? So with that being said, our second test on alkalinity, while this showed like it was a 9, maybe a 10 even, it says 9.5 here, right? So while it says 9.5, it's not really a 9.5. It's really lower than that. Because once you get past all that chemical stuff that does us more harm than good, it's essentially not good for us. Essentially. All right, let's move on to our next test. Alrighty, on to our third and final test. This one I like to call superior hydration. And pretty much what this involves is making sure our water is actually able to hydrate us at a cellular level. I'm not talking about we just drink it and it just sits in our stomach. I'm talking about it actually going to work, hydrating us, which in turn brings those minerals that we were talking about earlier and pushes out waste through our lymphatic system. That way we can go ahead and get rid of that waste, that oxidative waste, all the stuff that's in us, push all that out so we can start feeling better, okay? And the best way for us to do that here, besides opening someone up, is we are going to make tea, okay? And this is going to represent us dehydrated, right? Whether we're trying to hydrate ourselves or just our body in general, we're going to see if we can make tea. And the premise is, if the water is the right size, yes, there's different size water, that we'll actually be able to have the water pass through the tea bag and make tea, okay? I know what you're probably thinking, you're like, well, LaPrentiss, we have to boil the water. Why though? We're boiling it though because when we heat it up, it's gonna get smaller, it's gonna break up, and actually able to do the job that we're sharing before of passing through that tea bag. So let's see if we can do it cold. Here we are, we're gonna start off with our essential water. All right, so we'll give this a few jumps. One, yeah, and we're able to make some tea. That's awesome, right? It's pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out this electrolyzed reduced water. All right, we are also able to make tea with this water. And they're about the same. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. If there's one that's lighter, one that's darker. This looks a little darker, but I think they're about the same. And so the reason why this is one of the few waters that people actually like is because of this thing on the back known as ionization. They actually ionize the water, which in turn makes it smaller clusters, and it's actually able to hydrate and make tea, okay? This is one of the few reasons why people like this water, okay? They don't necessarily understand what that means, but yeah, ionization is what's making that happen. But let's go ahead and try it one more time. Yeah, so it does make tea. Look at that. So yeah, ionization, it plays a very big role. This is different than your other bottled waters because I'm not gonna lie, those other waters, they're in clusters. So picture grapes and just trying to break, which actually I think I have some behind me. Picture a big old vine of grapes, right? If you want to get them into this bottle, you're not gonna just dump the whole vine in there. You gotta do it in one at a time by plucking them, okay? So here we are. Both of these work equally well, but if you ask me, the difference goes back to our last two tests, okay? So while this looks like it's great for hydrating us, I believe it does a great job. Unfortunately, there's two other tests that we did earlier that makes this water okay, but not that great, okay? So there you have it. There is my review on Essentia Water. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap. All right, so the first thing we tested for was antioxidants. And we saw that this water here is oxidizing us, which means it's creating more aging and dis-ease in the body. The second thing we tested for was alkalinity. And while it does show a 9.5 initially, ultimately, it's filled with stuff in there that chemically alters the water, ultimately leading to things like alkalosis, and in truth, it really is acidic. Last but not least, check for superior hydration, and this is one of the things that people love about it because they're like, oh my gosh, this one feels good. And it's because they ionize the water and it actually does a good job at doing that cellular hydration. Unfortunately, it's oxidizing us. Unfortunately, it's really acidic. So would I recommend it? No, I can't, because I want something that's going to do all three things, kind of like a different water. All right. Anyways, that concludes this review. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know what water you want me to test next. And if you're serious about changing your water and looking for the best, improving your health and saving money, check out what I have for you coming up. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you learned a little something about the waters that we tested here today. Please take a moment to share this video with someone you care about who is also drinking this water. Finally, if you are serious about improving your health and the waters that you drink, click the link in the description below to access my Water Wellness Masterclass. In this masterclass, you will discover the truth about the waters we drink, the effects our water has on our health, and how you can have the world's best water in the comfort of your home and save thousands of dollars as a result. Alright, go ahead, click that link in the description below, access that masterclass, and I will see you there real soon.